Hey y'all, hey, welcome back. It's your host E with the Uncomfortable but Necessary Conversations. So tonight we're gonna have Ray on, and she's going to answer about 7 questions for us. I also have to do a disclaimer before we start. We are not professionals. We are not giving out professional advice. We are spiritual beings who's having a human experience, and we're just sharing our experience, what we have learned and unlearned through this journey we call life. And I should be able to. And now I am going to add Ray. I press bring on video. Adding. It should say something on your side. There it goes. See. Yay. Okay, Facebook. Y'all got your
Finally working.
thank y'all, Facebook. Thank you, tech team. Thank y'all, technical support.
Because I thought it was my page. Like I never went live on Facebook. It could be my page.
No, you did a good job. No, it was I was having tech issues, but it was because my page was restricted, honey. I don't know what they had going on.
Okay. But now we
Oh,
up.
okay, do you want to do a small introduction?
Not really.
Someone not really. Okay, so this is her second appearance. The first time we had to do straight audio. We was having a lot of technical difficulties then. But she back on camera, so y'all get to put a face with the voice.
Hey y'all.
Okay. Usually I'll be a little bit more prepared. Okay, so we're gonna jump into question one.
Okay.
Again, this topic is about holiday family dynamics. So the first question is, what's your favorite holiday tradition and how did it start?
So my family not really tradition-y. Like every year is something different. Like we doing something
Okay.
different because take each other's spouses or who they dating into consideration. So we might meet on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I can say when I was younger, like every Christmas, my mom used to make a big breakfast and we would go to the movies. I think we
Okay.
can start back doing that this year because it do feel good to have like some type of tradition, and I want to give it to like my son. But when I tell you that little boy don't even want to be with me on holidays, he be like, "I'm going with my dad," because he got siblings over there. So
Okay, yeah.
he
He the only child on your side. That makes sense. He want to be with
on
other
his gifts,
kids.
he be going ahead on by his business.
Okay, so the only tradition that I keep alive for real from my childhood is the matching pajamas on Christmas Eve. I always make sure everybody got matching pajamas. I do cook as they opening their gifts. After they like open their gifts and they want you to put the little stuff together, I get up. I be cooking breakfast. And putting the tree up Thanksgiving week. I put the tree up Thanksgiving week. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good tradition.
Yeah, Thanksgiving week. So when they see the tree, they be like, "Oh my God, Christmas like 30 days away, pretty much, like give or take."
And so you do all of like the gifts under the tree and all of that.
Yes, like
Work.
yes. So like Christmas Eve, my tree be empty, or my tree be empty the whole time until Christmas Eve. I still do it, even though I got grown kids and they know it's no such thing as sin.
Aw, that
Yes,
is
so
so
Christmas,
cute.
yes, because I'm still. I
That's
think
cute.
it's really for me at this point because my son, hey, I mean, he probably still, I mean, he probably enjoy it, but it's really for me. So yeah, I still do the whole. Hey, Gio, did you want to join? So he was supposed to be on the thing too, but we had a little bit of miscommunication. I don't know. Say he watching though. I'm gonna see if he comment. I can't. Let me know if he comment. Um. Okay, we're gonna go to our second question. How do you personally balance the joy of the season with the stress that comes with it? Like, it's a joyous occasion, of course. Everybody love Chris. It is, but
Yeah.
then it start getting stressful once they be like, "All right, we're gonna do Secret Santa at work." Then it be like, I did not account for these coworkers." Do it kind of be like that? Yes
I
or no?
I didn't think about it like that. I didn't think about it like that, but not really. It be like that a little bit, but I'm very vocal on not wanting to be a victim of white consumerism at work.
Okay.
Like I be
Okay.
like, who told
Okay.
y'all that we had? You get what I'm saying? So I might
Okay.
kind of. And my job is remote, so we don't even really see each other on the holidays. We'll do a Zoom, and they
Okay.
pretty much gift us like little gift cards and stuff. So we don't really gift each other. Like
Okay.
this is my like I don't want to say first corporate job. I don't really recall any other jobs where I did Secret Santa and we had to bring gifts because
Okay, really?
that would
Oh
make me
my
sick.
God, girl. Every job I be at, they always want to be a family.
See,
They
that's
always
them
want to,
plant jobs. That's them
they
plants.
always,
That's them plants. Y'all be playing united.
they always want to be a family.
They want to be a family so bad. My job, they don't play like
Even
that.
in retail, when I work retail, now when I did corporate, I didn't have to do it. We got little gift cards too, like Amazon gift cards, little stuff like that. We never did like, Secret Santa and stuff like that. But retail too, honey. Retail too. They wanted to do Secret Santa.
That's a lot of nerve. I didn't even when I seen that. I'm like, why is he doing that? That's crazy. But that has been
Retail
happening
too.
recently, like in the newer days with like these like friends givings and stuff like that, having
Yeah.
to incorporate friends and stuff. And honestly, this last one did kind of stress me out because I'm like, dang,
That wasn't in that I
that
didn't
wasn't in my budget.
that was not.
But
I gotta get pajamas. I gotta get lashes. I gotta get a
yeah,
ponytail. Like this was
yeah,
not. I
yeah,
gotta get a whole. Yeah, this was not in the budget.
yeah.
I definitely get that. I
But
definitely.
me, I will not participate if I got to do all of that, and it'd be like, sorry.
Sorry, no. Okay, so let me
Having
see.
color coordinated and I gotta buy an outfit, I don't have it and all of that. Like I just be like, sorry, I can't come. I don't force myself to try to
To
go to
fit the
that event.
agenda, you never force yourself to fit the agenda.
Yeah, if
Okay,
I'm going broke for the outfit, I'm not gonna get there. I'm gonna get there and not enjoy myself.
that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. So with me, I had to learn balance because me, I just so with me, I used to shop early for the kids. Like I would shop early, get them out the way. So by like November, all my money kind of freed up to kind of do what I want to do. And at that point, I've seen myself grabbing additional stuff that was not on their list that they did not ask for. So now I'm just buying even more stuff. Like, yeah, it was crazy. It'd be
Because the
crazy.
store is putting more stuff out. You like, oh,
Yes,
I like that.
exactly, exactly, exactly. I'm like, oh my God, they would like this. It's not even on their list. They never even thought about it, never even seen it, never even. It's me.
Exactly.
It's me. Okay, got to get some self control. Okay, girl, in there like a kid. Oh my God, I used to love Toys R Us. Oh my God. Okay,
Mhm.
we go.
I've never been into that, and maybe because my baby, he never really been big on toys. That boy want his
Okay.
electronic. He as long as he got that tablet and like things to feed off that, like games, headphones, and stuff. Like he never really been. He was in the dinosaur stage a little bit when he was younger, but since the dinosaurs been a wrap, he been a tablet baby. He is a tablet child
Okay, he a
for
tablet kid.
sure.
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
For sure. Okay, so number three is be honest. Do holidays feel like a financial burden or act of love? Or do you feel like people have these expectations around holidays?
In my family, I genuinely feel like we consider acts of love. Like it'll be some years we announce in the group chat like we ain't doing no gift exchange just because we
That's
got it
good.
on our household. Like it's never nobody feeling the type of way. Or even if you do give me, you not upset because I didn't give you. I'm just excited. Like oh,
Okay.
thank you thought of me. Like my family, in my immediate family,
Girl.
we don't even play
That
like
girl, they used to be having secret Santas when I was a kid, okay? They used to be having secret Christmases without us. Like it'd be like portions of the family not getting
that.
along.
Not secret
So they
Christmases.
would go to grandma's house on Christmas Eve, and then the rest of the family would come Christmas Day, and they get an additional gift. So they had this little Christmas because they didn't want people to see that they got like more expensive stuff for other people in the
Oh,
family. And
and
then they would have Christmas Day with us. And what ended up happening was my little cousin ended up busting on them, like, oh, we was just over here yesterday. And everybody looked like yesterday.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
bold. That's so bold. That's so bold. Because what?
Yes, yes. It was crazy. There was some wild work back then. There was some wild work. But overall, I mean, once the bubble got bust, it kind of was like equality after that, but it was kind of like side eyeing with the equality, like, if we
Because
never
why
would have
did y'all
found out.
get to do the right thing? Like what? And that's
Whole
usually
little girl, a whole little shit dig, a whole little gift and shake, like a whole celebration. Okay, honey.
that's
And then
crazy.
the next day would act like nothing happened, like they hadn't seen each other. They girl, okay.
And how many years did they successfully get away doing this? Doing this? How many
I
years did
wanna
they do it?
say, I wanna say at least I want to say it didn't come out till I was in like fourth or fifth grade.
That's a shame.
No, no.
So that wasn't even like a one off. That was like
It's
they
just
was
crazy
trying
because
to.
it was we such a small family. That is, I got three cousins. Three.
That's bold.
That is
It's
crazy. They
so bold.
crazy. They crazy. They crazy. Okay, so how do you handle expectations when your budget doesn't match your partner's or kids' vision? So like say if he asks for something and you be like, I think that's a little bit too much, and then you ask his dad and he be like, yeah, we ain't doing that. Do y'all kind of agree, or do y'all be kind of going back and forth? Or do you be like, yeah, he getting that, and he like, yeah, no, I ain't paying for that? Or kind of be like, y'all kind of be like,
I mean, I when I want my baby to have something, if Tanya asks
okay,
for something because he don't ask for much.
okay,
If I really don't have it, if there's no way I can make it happen, I'd be like, be for real. That's not about to happen.
okay,
Just because I've always felt like, especially just on Christmas, parents who go above and super beyond, like you trying to overcompensate for something you haven't done all year. It's no
yeah.
way I'm about to let no kid who get something every time we go to Family Dollar make me feel bad because I can't get him something one time on Christmas. Like I'm not about to do this.
Yes, yes,
So
I agree. I
things
agree.
on the
I
table.
agree.
If I really can't get it, I'd be like, no, you have to wait. Like my it's December. I come from a wait till you get your taxes family anyway. So it's like if I
Okay,
don't have
okay,
it
okay.
off the
So
rip,
that okay, okay,
he done
okay.
been 2 years old here, and no, you're not getting it. I can't afford it. So I never even got him used to going out my way to try to get him stuff he asked for. Like,
Okay, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because a lot of us, even with my own kids, when I first started doing Christmases, I was 19, 20 years old. So I was giving them the Christmases I had where we could barely walk in the living room. Half of the stuff they couldn't even articulate what they wanted. That was stuff I was just buying because that's what I wanted to do. Like, okay, this is the Christmases we had. This is what I'm doing for my kids. And it kind of facilitated from there, even though they was getting stuff all year round. And then probably about like maybe like third grade where they was really able to articulate, that's when I noticed like, oh, the list only got 10 things on here, but I got like 40 things in my
but
basket.
you setting the expectation, overdoing it.
Yes, yes, because
Yeah,
I didn't know no better. I didn't know no better. I just was doing what I seen done for me, and I just like, okay, this how you treat kids. Like,
no, not over
no,
here.
no, you
Oh.
know I did this on my own.
Yes, you
Dang.
did. You did. But it's crazy just seeing the difference because I never even
Mhm.
like most years. We just maybe in the last 2 years got a Christmas tree. Like
Really?
I didn't play it.
What?
'Cause, you know, I
Oh
wanted
my
to be like,
god.
like, oh, we not. I really didn't want to celebrate it with him. I didn't want him to get oversaturated in it or really feel a way about it. Like
Okay.
he would have gifts, but like his first couple Christmases, it would be set up like a scavenger hunt or
Okay. Okay.
something
Okay.
like
Not
that.
like non-paganish. I kind of get what you're
Yeah,
saying because Christmas is a pagan holiday for
I
those who
never wanted
don't.
him to just wake up and be like, "Where my gifts at on Christmas?"
Okay, okay,
Like,
for expect, yeah, because at that
yeah.
point we do teach our children that. That is what I taught them.
Mhm.
And a part of me taught them that too because I wanted them to, the whole little magic thing for me did something for me. Again, see me talking about me,
This
not
is
once talking
satisfying
about the
yourself.
kid. Like, you kind of get what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Definitely agree. I definitely agree. Okay, so question 5. What's been your biggest challenge in co-parenting during the holidays? It seems like y'all get along pretty well, so it don't seem like it's many challenges. You say that's where he be wanting to be at, so you be like, buy some. Not like buy some, but you know what I mean.
That's he 9. That's 7, 8, 9 when he was small because my
Oh,
little daddy got a lot of kids, right?
okay.
Well,
Well, I
4.
didn't. I mean, I don't
I say that's a
know.
lot. I say that's a lot. He got 4 kids. To me, that's a lot.
It
And
is because I tell people I got a lot of kids, so yeah.
he was like in relationships with these kids' mothers. So every Christmas, I
Oh,
always wanted to make sure that my son wasn't being like given the short end of the stick of how his dad celebrated him.
okay,
And
okay.
that was my biggest thing because of my aunt. Like, you not finna wake up with them kids and my son not there, but my son not coming because I want to wake up with my son. So figure out what you about to do.
Yeah.
I was on
Okay.
that type of time.
Okay,
But
so I was like that with my oldest too. I definitely get it because my
I'm
oldest
like,
daughter, yeah, she
we
never
ain't about
spent
to do this.
Christmas with them.
We
Yeah,
finna, yeah, that ain't finna work.
yeah.
But he very moldable. Like my baby daddy, he trained easy.
I know they try easy. Maybe he just flexible.
He flexible. He flexible.
Be
Because he knew I
flexible.
wasn't on no BS. Because it's kind of like, honestly, when you have an absent father, you can't shun me or feel like you ain't never felt what I felt, and our son don't have to feel it because you not being an absent father for your other kids. So we just
Right.
kind of nip that in the bud early. Whether I was in whoever I was in a relationship with, he was in a relationship with, to keep it respectable, we would just meet at my mom's house Christmas Eve and
Okay.
Titan would open up any gifts that his dad had for him Christmas Eve, and that'll just be like the thing. So
Okay, I get that. I definitely agree.
that was
That was very mature for y'all to be so young. And I feel like it was that mature because y'all were not still sexually involved and y'all were still not in a relationship. When all
yeah,
the problems happen, sis, it's because they still involved with each other. Because I
raw.
had
They
two
be just raw,
newborns at 20 and I didn't
raw,
have no baby daddy drama. No, it's because
raw,
they still involved, okay? They
raw.
still
They be doing it raw, sis.
Okay. He be
Now,
texting her, okay? He be sending her pictures of their sons and the memories and their daughter
okay,
and the memories. Talking
and she
about
be sending
when we
pictures
was a
today,
family, when we
and
was
she be
happy.
sending pictures of the baby with her panties on. Just
She be
know,
like, cause you like my
okay.
hair?
Just
Butt
know,
naked. Whole time she butt naked.
just know.
Oh my God, just no. Okay, how do you make sure your kids feel loved and not caught in the middle when families are split? So, but you only having one child and you be dating. Do you date men with children? Like, is that off limits for you?
Yeah, I did, and uh this my last relationship, the last relationship I was in, it was a little. I watched my son be a little angry on Christmas because he ain't like that.
Okay, so what? So how did it work though? Because the other person, the guy had kids. So how did it work? Was the kids allowed to come over Christmas Eve, Christmas Day? Like how? Like that?
It
How
was
did?
some point where I feel like we set aside a day because his baby mamas weren't easy to work with at all. So I feel like we had a day that we like, okay, we're gonna have all our kids here opening gifts because, like I said, Titan will want to be with his dad. And when we did that, I thought it was gonna be, it was for me, and I thought it
Okay.
was gonna be like for the kids, but it turned out to just be for me because I was the only person happy because my son looking like,
Who
wow,
idea was this? Right.
I'm not playing up games with these little kids, and I don't. They want to
So
play with
how
me
long
for
did had they known each other before they started like kind of opening gifts?
years,
A couple. Okay. Well, he might
maybe
because he
like
the
a year
only
and a half,
child though. He's so
maybe
used
like
to
a year
having
and
his
a half.
own space. Yeah, he's the only child though. So he already
And
kind of beside people probably like.
he wasn't feeling it. He like, and why we over here, and why are they here, and when are we leaving? I'm like, ugh, I thought you was gonna be happy to
I
be around
thought you
other
like being
kids.
around kids. He like, yeah, the kids are
He
my
like my
type of kids.
siblings. I like being around my brothers and sisters. I don't want to be with all of this. But I be really trying to break him for that from that because angry behavior needs to be nipped regardless of the reason. Like
It
don't
definitely do. It definitely do. You got to act humble in all environments. Pretty much, I got
exactly.
to teach you
These kids
humility.
in here not
Yeah,
affecting you in no type of way. You didn't get less or more or anything like that because they here. So why you acting like that?
yeah. It's just they in his face, and he don't know them that well.
He was not feeling it.
It's not, and it's okay. He entitled to have his feelings, as long as he didn't, be mean to the kids. As long as he
Yeah.
didn't be mean to the kids. Okay, what advice would? Dang, we had question 7. We blew through all these, but we're gonna have more to talk about.
You're not giving me no answers.
I did. I said how did you make sure? Okay, so I didn't answer that one. The other one I answered, did I answer 5? What's being your biggest challenge co-parenting during the holidays? Okay, I could go back to that one.
I
So
answered
my
that.
biggest challenge co-parenting during the holidays, when my daughters were younger because they got two different fathers. Neither one of them could get them for the holidays. I was very selfish. I wasn't on that, like, yeah, no. Um
That's so bold, Cleo.
no, okay, I would have to give a little bit more background, but yes, I definitely was like that. Especially, I just didn't want them to get how kids face light up and how they be like so full of life when they see their little gifts down there. I didn't feel like they deserved that moment from them.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, yeah,
Hello.
so, yeah, I just didn't feel
Hello.
like they deserved that moment. And during my breakup. That was my first time ever not being with my kids on the holidays. So my first few Thanksgivings were very, very different. I didn't have no kids. I did not know what to do. So I started clinging to the friends that I had at that time because I typically when I'm friends with my friends, I'm friends with their family because I don't really kick it with my family.
Mhm.
So I started clinging to my friends really hard during that time. Like I would call my friends on Thanksgiving. I've never spent Thanksgiving with friends or outside of my home. So it was very, I'm not sure how they felt about it. I know it probably was very unusual for me to be there and just be like,
So do you treat all holidays like the like? Do you yearn to be around family and do traditional things for all holidays, or is it just Thanksgiving and Christmas?
it is for me, it's all holidays because I don't have a lot of family ties. So my family I created, it was we always did stuff. I always made a tradition family support. Like they don't go with grandmas, they don't spend the night at cousin's house, they don't kick it with aunties. So I always made holidays like a big thing to make up for the lack of emotional support. That kind of makes sense what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So
And
it would
that's
be like, yeah, Easter,
I
always
I
outfit
experience was
baskets.
the total opposite. Like I got an auntie, cousin, grandma, older second cousin, third cousin that I can call and say, "Hey, can Tanya come sit with you?" So it's like maybe because we get that emotional support, like
Yeah.
real life, that I don't never feel like we
Yes.
need to do anything financial. Like we got love for real.
Yeah, that definitely make a difference on how you raise your kids and how you view parenting and all that stuff, especially when you don't have a village. I've never had a village. I've never had a support system. So wherever there were deficits at, I would try to make up for with activities, money, things like that. And I tell parents all the time that's the wrong thing to do. Although I will be talking to them about why there is no family and support, I never wanted to like detail to turn them against the family members and things like that. But
Mhm.
I made them aware, like, we don't talk to them because they're not healthy. And as they got older, they started to see things for themselves.
That was
And
a
they
good.
would ask me questions. Like they would ask me questions like, oh, why my grandma don't call me on my birthday? And instead of lying to my kids, like I just would tell her, I don't know. And the next time you talk to her, ask her. Cause ask her. You my granny. Why you ain't
Mhm.
calling
See, my family, we get together every Sunday, no holiday or not. So I feel like holidays we don't really capitalize on them because it's like we used to doing
because
this.
y'all be around each other. It's that
Yeah.
love. It's ongoing love all the time. And in my family, that's another thing too. Because we were so dysfunctional and chaotic, holidays were always the best time. It seemed like everybody was always smiling. Everybody was pretty much in a good mood. It really wasn't no arguments. We kind of got along. It would be those little surprise moments when we would find out about like the Christmases and little stuff like that. But outside of that, it'll
But
be
that's good that y'all can at least have those moments. And that's probably why you met, like, why you so, like, on holidays. Because that was,
yes, on holidays. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. So that was my answer for 5. At 6, how do you make sure your kids feel love and not caught in the middle when families are split? So when we did split, when my daughters were younger, I would ask them once they probably got to like middle school if my oldest daughter, if she wanted to go with her father and stuff like that. Sometimes she would say yes, sometimes she would say no. Sometimes they would come through, sometimes they wouldn't.
Mhm.
And once we split, like this most recent split, I just asked them where they want to be, and wherever they want to be is where they want to be. So Christmas is I pack up all my, I have all my stuff in
So
my
if they
place.
didn't
Pack up.
want to be with you, did your feelings get hurt?
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. It was moments like the Thanksgivings I'm talking about. I spent like the first 3 Thanksgivings by myself, and that was the first time. And I was like, and I didn't let them know that it hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? They was excited. I had bought their little outfit, what I usually do, and they was like, "We going with Dad?" And I was just like, "Oh, I had the chin up, chin side, like, okay, mommy, love y'all." I went straight to the liquor store. Oh,
No, but it just break my heart. Like, so you don't
man,
want to.
okay. Oh my God. I said, okay. And I was playing it so cool. Like I said, I don't know if my circle knew at that time. I mean, it's no longer my circle now, but I don't know if they knew or if they noticed or if I don't know, honey. But yeah,
Because
it
where
was
it's not
definitely
asking, where you're
different.
not telling, you ain't telling nobody. They
Well,
not
it
gonna
to me, I feel like okay, that's like me. We've never spent Thanksgiving together. Every time you call me, I'm with the kids, and then
care.
magically me and my family, we done separated. And I'm calling you like, friend, I'm coming over for Thanksgiving. And you like, you ain't bringing the kids? I'm like, nah. So what would you, as a friend, as who you are, I can't expect you to be me. So
I'm
I
be like,
couldn't.
is everything okay? Why your kids not coming? That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Like, I'm so
I'm
used
like, oh, I'm
to
like, oh, they with they daddy. I just like, oh, they with they daddy, and they just like, okay. It was just like, okay, and we just drunk and ate the rest of the night. And that was it.
But see how I just asked you, did that just hurt your feelings? I'ma instantly be like, damn, bitch, are you
No,
sad?
no. I never got asked that. I never got asked, maybe because I pretended to be well so well all the time. I think,
Hmm.
even though we would assume that's common sense, but it's not common for everybody. If your friend always the strong one, like it's kind of like, oh, she all right. She ain't crying or nothing. I guess shit. I don't know. I'm not them. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not them either. Cause I
I don't know. I don't know.
and
I
how did
don't
that
know.
make you feel? How do you feel about that?
I, I don't know. I couldn't expect them to do nothing but be themselves, and that's what they was doing. Was it the support I needed at that time? Absolutely not. But do I blame them for being themselves? No, you just was being yourself.
That's a mature way to look at it.
Yeah, you just being who you are. I can't expect you to do what I would do. That's something I would do. That's something I'd be like, friend. I'm like, you sure you want to come over? Like, friend, like, I mean, it'd have been a different level of concern for me. But everybody different.
Okay, maybe that's a conversation for like a friend panel.
We're gonna talk about we're gonna have a segment about toxic women. It's toxic women. It's gonna be called Are We the Karens?
Oh, okay.
Yes. Are we the Karens? That's gonna be so interesting. That was my answer for 6. Oh, and then we was on 7. What advice would you give someone new to blended families or raising kids solo around the holidays?
Solo.
Solo to anybody with raising kids, blended families, or solo around the holidays. Like single parents around the holidays, or blended families, or like a single dad or single mom. Somebody who got a kid and no kids, or two people with kids and they coming together, that's like a blended family.
It don't. I'm. My advice would be, do not get caught up in the hype. Like at the end
Please
of the
don't.
day, if your kid is taken care of for real, the real way, don't overhype the gifts because then that's you big creating that expectation. Like make holidays more so about love and like being around your family and just eating good and having fun. Like I don't. I would never capitalize on the idea of gift giving and receiving gifts as a Christmas type of thing.
Okay, I agree. I agree.
And I feel like that's easier said than done because like we know when you was young, when we younger and we come from nothing, like you want to give your kids everything, but I had to like train myself. Like I don't ever feel like I didn't come from nothing. First
Okay.
off, but it's like it's times that I was on Christmas like, dang, I probably could have got more or I wanted a little bit more. And I was just understanding that my mama, like she was always kept it a band, like I can't do it. And I'm not about to try to do it. And I feel like that attitude kind of rolled down to me because we ain't never really hyped
Okay.
gift giving.
So for me, Christmas, we never got to make lists or get what we wanted. We just woke up and knew it was gonna be gifts. Were we happy about what was under there? Absolutely, because it was gifts.
What
And then yeah, then once I turned like 12 or 13, they kind of ripped the band-aid off and I started receiving money and it kind of was like depressing. Like Christmas wasn't the same. Maybe that's my own little trauma. I told you my own little trauma. Your trauma was spilled out, honey. So I was just like, so I just don't unwrap none. Y'all just gonna hand me like a stack of money. They would go to the bank and get ones and hand a stack of ones way before this whole little TikTok and all this Facebook stuff. And we would have like little stacks of ones wrapped from the bank.
so was it like you believed in Santa and all of that?
Yes. Yeah, I was so delusional. They fed me delusion my entire childhood. I was such a
Yeah.
white picket fence. Yes. They fed me deep.
I didn't. She bust her ass too much to get Santa Claus some credit. I remember one year she took all my brother gifts back, like let him see everything and took everything back. It was never no Santa Claus did not bring y'all this.
Oh my God! See, that's where we disagree. But that's probably because of my viewpoint on Santa and on Christmas and stuff. I would never do that to them because I did it to my little sisters, and I seen what it did to them, and I felt so bad about it because at one point we all believed, right? We all believed. We all four little girls in the house, and my niece. We all believed. I had to be about 10, and we had a house. And the way our house was structured, it was like crawl spaces where she would hide the gifts. And they always would wrap gifts Christmas Eve because I got an older sister that's 10 years older than me. And she would be in my mama bedroom. They would be wrapping. And I just happened to peek in one night. So that following Christmas, but while they was out shopping or whatever, I got the kids. We all in the house. I'm the oldest. I got everybody on the scavenger hunt looking for the presents. The whole time they believe in this Santa. The whole time they excited. They all like, "You're lying. You're lying. Santa is real." I'm like, "No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm about to find these gifts."
So
Everybody, we
what
opened
was
up the
the
little
change afterwards? Like,
what
how
was
did
the
they act afterwards? Like, did
I
they
did
act
not act,
like,
I ruined it for everybody. That next Christmas we start getting money. It was no more gifts. Cause they was like, "Oh, y'all don't believe it's no point to keep feet. I mean, it's no point to doing this." Like,
mm. And
yes. And they
they
was and they was little
disappointed?
kids, Sandra. They was little kids. They was like 6. They was little and they was so flabbergasted. When I opened that thing and they seen all them doll houses, they was like, I was like, I would never forget that. Yes, I would never forget. Yes, they was
Oh,
already just standing there like, I was like, "See, I told y'all I wasn't no Santa." Such a meanie kid.
that was crazy.
That was crazy.
That
That was
was
just
crazy. I probably would have did something like that. Like, see, y'all so stupid. I told y'all I was no Santa Claus.
man. Then the whole time I'm feeding my kids the same delusion. Crazy word, crazy. But yeah, that played a part in why I won't rip the band-aid off Santa and I just let them facilitate because I
So
see what it did.
your 8-year-old believe in Santa Claus?
Yes and no. I think he be playing roles. I think yes and no. Like a part of him kind of he be questioning because he asked today, talking about how old is Santa. Then he asked Google, and Google was like Santa was like 1753 or something like that. He was like 1700 years old. I was like,
Yeah, yeah, it don't make no sense, Asher. It don't make no sense.
and he called girl. He called his Santa. He called his wish list, his little Christmas list. He called it a bucket list. I scream every time. He's talking about, "Yeah, add this to my bucket list."
Not a bucket list. Like, boy, you saying the wrong. That's not it. That's not it. You on a whole different type of time right now. You
I be
saying the wrong
screaming. He
thing.
be like, "Yeah, add that to my bucket list." His logic is so different. He's just different, man. He be calling
No,
mashed
but if
potatoes
you have
smashed
multiple
potatoes.
kids, you still let them pick anything they want to get for Christmas. Like,
Yeah. So like this year, we'll probably update everybody iPad. So everybody probably get a new updated iPad this year.
that's insane.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's consumerism.
I mean, it is, but they ain't had no new ones. Asher done had his same iPad since he was 5. He done had it for 3 years. It's time. That thing be woo.
Okay.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? It's not nothing every year. That'd be like their
Okay.
biggest gift because they got all the gaming systems. So
And
yeah.
by all, what do you mean by that?
They got a Nintendo Switch. They got a Xbox. They got the Meta. They got everything out,
Uh,
out. Yeah.
you talking about my Nintendo Switch?
Nintendo, Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
You talking about my games?
Yeah, they got Nintendo Switch, Xbox. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Titan just started playing my brother Xbox. Right now, he only have a Nintendo Switch in his tablet. Oh, he got an Oculus.
Okay.
Metaverse.
The Oculus, yeah, they got that. Yeah. They want the Nintendo Switch too. That's right. That's the other biggest thing on their list. And outside of that, it'd be me on Fashion Nova, Sheen, and Old Navy. I'll be the one making the Santa sex. If they don't be asking for it be me.
So
It's
that's
me.
what they
My
want.
consumerism used to be worse though. I am so proud of my. I used to spend like.
Tell me. Tell the people. I want to know. I want to know. Tell me. Tell me.
Okay, my consumerism is so much better. But yeah, I used to be going crazy. Like I would say, roughly like they first Christmas when we
Spit it
separated.
out. Spit
I
it out.
think I spent like 7,000.
That's insane.
Yeah, yeah.
$7,000.
7,000. I bought everybody ride on toys. I bought. Yes, I went crazy because I was yes, honey, yes.
Because
I had
you missed them because
yes. It was so much going on. They had like the girls all had like fashion over. They probably had like $200 a piece worth fashion over stuff. The
Mhm.
boys, yeah, it was crazy. Asher had like this. He never even pulled. It's still in the box in the garage. He never even wrote it. It's still in the box in the garage.
That's crazy. You
And
see
it was
what
like
I'm saying?
$400. Yes, it was missing like a piece, and I never went to go get the piece or took it back. Yes, girl. And it's yep. Kyla had a. I bought one of those pink like motor scooters. I think it was like 300 something. Yes, girl. Yes,
I
yes.
would never. I would,
Yes,
I
yes,
would never.
yes. AJ had a he like hoverboards. He can ride hoverboards, so he really into that. But anything he like, I buy of because he don't like a whole lot of stuff. The other thing I want to get him for Christmas is a swing for the backyard because he really
See
only
what I'm
that's the
saying?
only thing. Yeah,
That's
so he'll get an updated
$2,000. That's
iPad. Yeah, and a
$2,000.
swing. Yeah, so that'd be like his look, and then he'll get his little outfits and his little updated Crocs, whatever he wanted. Yeah, it'd be me. It's literally the parent, y'all. It's literally the parent because my kids' list don't be.
Cause they ain't asked for nothing but tablets.
They didn't even ask for that. That's I just want to upgrade because it's time. It's time. It's time. Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. My mama gets Titan a new tablet every year. Why?
Oh, see, that's different though. That's that. Well,
Why?
I mean, cause she want to, cause she got it like that. I guess I don't know. Maybe, but see, they didn't had theirs. Wow. Now I did stop buying Beats and AirPods. I was buying them 2 or 3 times a year. I don't buy them no more.
Yeah, no.
Get them
But
little JBL. Get them little JBLs. Go ahead on.
first.
Beats and AirPods. I was buying them things like water, honey. Okay. Mm-mm. Kamora had 2 MacBooks. She want another one. She probably get one for her birthday. She got an iPad and a laptop right now. So
And see, and you got 4 of them things.
5, girl, oh my God. And then their birthdays like right after Christmas. So I got January or February, my birthday in March, and then I got the 3 May birthdays.
Mm-mm.
But that oldest kid, she don't get too much. She don't get too much of nothing. She don't
And
get
so when is that gonna stop though? Like when you gonna stop doing that?
um
Look at you, you never gonna stop. It's when I said stop, you was
So
going.
what I okay, so what I'm trying to create, I am trying to be the rock on my branch. So if my children do decide to have children, I want to be the rock for their segment, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. So I want to be the loving grandma, the loving, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you never really stop. The gifting will just change. Like eventually, you gonna be doing all that for your kids, basically.
Yeah. It probably won't change. I probably would whatever my kids, hopefully my kids are financially stable. But if they wouldn't, I would be that mama who would step in it when they had children. Now I ain't talking about
But
nobody without no kids. If you
you
ain't got
don't
no
have to get
kids,
scared of the sense of entitlement that you're creating with them, or
yes, I
or
talked
is
about
it
that. Yes. I talked about that. So with me, I had to learn how much I had to learn. That's where the overextended come from. That makes sense what I was saying. Like, I would do things again because I worked a lot. I used to work 6, 7 days a week, 10, 12 hour shifts. So when I did get to spend time with them, whatever y'all want, y'all can have. It's all that kind of makes sense what I'm saying. So a lot of it again came from no support system and that lack of emotional support as well. So whenever I did get to spend time with them or was spending time with them, it was I don't want to tell them no because I barely get to spend time. They not bad kids. They kind of do what I asked them to do type thing. So I had a hard time balancing my reward system and I had to it was challenging and I had to figure out a way to make them earn things and taking away things, stuff like that. So that was like forms of their punishments, things like that. Yeah. So it was definitely a challenge not to create them so entitled. Are they entitled? Yes, my kids are entitled. They are entitled. But are they entitled to the point like we'll get somewhere and they be like, oh, I ain't eating that. Like, you know how you get places and you got like 6 and 7 year olds talking about they ordering lobster tails and steaks and stuff. Like I ain't got kids like that. My kids are not off into designer. They very humble. They not Gucci, Louis, Prada type kids. None of that type of
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So are they entitled? Yes, but to me, the entitlement is like even though it's from me, it's from my perspective. It give like bare minimum. Like, okay, you want a pair of iPads? You want an iPad and an Apple Watch? Like, okay, yeah. Like you gotta get. They not asking for $7,000 shoes and $6,000 purses and $500 bust
Still babies
downs.
too. They still babies.
Yeah, they still baby. Well, yeah, well, they the one that oldest one don't think she know baby. She grown girl. She
But
grown.
and she is not far for her to with no $1,000 gift. She gonna ask you for it because she think her mama can get anything in the world. Like, oh, she got it. I'm at the ask.
My God. I remember when they thought we was rich. I used to be screaming. I used to be like, stop saying that we is not rich.
No,
We are
Tanya
not
really got
rich.
that with my grandma. Like, I mean, maybe my son don't have that attachment or sense of entitlement with me because everything he can't show me an A. I be like, you supposed to have A's.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the life you live. You supposed to have A's. So I don't even get impressed by that. Like, you want to impress me, you maintain your day-to-day chores, but my mama get that boy anything he asks for. All
Okay.
day,
What?
everything. All day,
Okay,
everything.
so at that point, you gotta be a little bit more stern with him in your world because
Yeah.
everybody else is picking up where you kind of get what I'm saying. Everybody doing with. So imagine if you was given two.
If
So
I
that'll be a
was
lot. That'll be like an abundance of more than he can handle.
thing. I be like, I gotta stay on this earth because my mama had my son being a spoiled piece of crap. If I to raise my son, he would be so entitled. Like
Oh my God.
cause not me, my don't you got a credit card? I'm like, why are you worried about this lady's cards? He goes ask her where's her credit card. Like, son, chill out.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Can't say she
And
like
my yeah. And I would go crazy for my spouse. I mean my partner too. When I had a partner, he would get a Santa sack too. He would get a Santa sack too.
Do I be gifting? I
Do
don't
you?
think I ever gifted no man nothing for Christmas.
Really?
For
Oh.
kids.
I got nice gifts though. I did. I got nice gifts. This
And
was a
see,
Christmas
I ain't
gift.
ever been
So
gifted
like,
anything either, and I'm not no. I don't start off no patterns like that. Like you have to make me feel like blessed in order for me to bless you. So it's kind of like I
okay.
ain't probably never received nothing because of my attitude towards like maybe if somebody inquired like, oh, what you want for Christmas, and I'm like a 5-bedroom house. Like what's going on? If we ain't getting that, then what are we doing? I don't have time for the little stuff. What
No
are we
small
doing?
shit. Okay. So with me, I gifted him. I gift for people I care about. I'll say that. So if I care about you or we got some type of bond or connection, I would gift. But lately, the last 3 years, I haven't really gifted anybody anything except for my kids.
Don't it feel good?
It at first it felt uneasy. It felt I had to deal with a lot of what my therapist called it. Hold on, y'all. It's called, we would assume that it's guilt, but it's not guilt. There's not guilt. That is not what you feel when you do not give to people. What you're feeling is pity, but you don't know the word is pity because it's not part of your vocabulary. But it's pity that you feel, not guilt. You are not required to do anything for anybody, no matter what the relationship status is or the title. But if you instill that in yourself, like me, I'm a person that's a person of her word. Say, we friends and I'm really cool with the kids and I love the kids and maybe we have a falling out and I'll be like, okay, well I did tell her I was gonna get the kids XYZ. I still may send it, but I might not show up.
No.
Okay, yeah, and that's how I used to be. Am I
Oh.
like that now? No, 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 I'm not like that now.
So
But
fuck you is fuck the kids for sure too. I'm done. What are we talking about? I don't even play like that. I don't even
no, but
play
I'm just
like
saying
that.
that's the type of hurt I had. That's just the type of hurt I had. And some of it was foolishness, some of it was lack of boundaries, and some of it was people pleasing from different aspects. Some of it was okay. I'm gonna be a woman of my words and self-respect at the same time. You gotta ask yourself that. Like if I continue this, what am I gaining? Just being a person of their word? Shit, real motherfuckers lie all day, B.
Exactly. Like what? How does this benefit me? Just so everybody can be like, oh, she do everything she say she gonna do. Like who cares? Who are you?
Yeah, like who can like girl, that's your own legacy. You trying to do your own girl bye. That's delusional, honey. I was a girl, me versus me. I was always stuck in a me versus me, always me against myself. This stuff I'm telling myself. That makes sense what I'm
Well, I'm
saying.
glad you coming
Yes.
out of that because sometimes I ain't never, and this might sound bad. but I never
Bruh.
learned how to be selfish.
Oh, see, no, see, I've always had, but you got to think about it. I came from a household where there were always people. I was always with people, always sharing everything from food to clothes to toys to space to time to TV. So I was so accustomed to sharing. If it was like second nature, and I did that from like 0 to 19, and then I jumped off the porch with 2 kids. So it was kind of like I'm always sharing something. So it was natural. I was like a natural giver with no boundaries, honey. No
And it's
boundaries.
literally the total opposite because I'm the firstborn. I ain't have a sibling for 5, 6 years, and then
Oh
my
yeah.
so it's like I grew up by myself, or my first cousins that was around. Like we all had to share. Like them, it's like I'm selective. Like I know
And
who
there's nothing wrong.
I'm
You
supposed to.
should be. You should be.
Yeah,
I was not though, but I was never taught to be selective. Your
yeah,
mama might have been telling you things like you don't do that with everybody. You don't. Where my mama had me more people pleasing because she benefited from me appeasing her as well.
yeah.
Yeah. So it was. Yeah.
Yeah, we nip that
Yeah.
in real quick. Like, no, you only for them, not for everybody. You don't go
Yeah.
get everybody on the block. No popsicles. This popsicles is for y'all.
Yeah.
You
And see,
got
my mama was the opposite. My mama would stop the ice cream and flood the whole block out with no job. So
mm-mm.
I got used to seeing. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? This is what I yes,
And that's
yes.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yes, yes. Appear to be very great people. Hmm. Yep. Yes,
But
yes.
just because you're selfish don't make you a bad person.
No, it does not. That means you love yourself. So we it's a balance with everything. So when we talk about selfishness, y'all, we talking about reserving yourself so you're not depleted and pouring into situations that reciprocity is love. Reciprocity is a form of love. So somebody should be giving you something back. May not be of equal value, but you should be getting something out of the equation, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, any type of dynamic, you should be getting something from it. So being selfish is definitely a part of self-love, but we don't mean it in the way where we acting like the Grinch, even though he my favorite character. Even though, no, we don't mean it like that. We don't mean like Scrooge. So I do. We don't mean like Scrooge. We don't mean like, you know what I'm saying? We just mean like, why would I continuously give and pour into a situation where I'm not getting nothing? I'm not
Because
getting
people will
nothing.
see that that's a characteristic that you have and drain you
Try to suck you dry. They
and
will if you
drain you.
allow them to. Again, it's all it begins with you and ends with you. It all start. That's where it all started. They
Yeah,
can't get something from you if you saying no. They
exactly.
can't get something from you if you done worked on your inner child. They can't get something from you if you done worked on your trauma. Also, what is a big red flag when people say they love too hard? Don't run,
Because what
please.
do that even mean?
That means I have no boundaries and I've let people walk over me so much I don't even know what love is. So I just give out the version that I want to be loved in.
Or I'm a
So
lovely girl, or I
yeah,
like
so
this.
now you're out here loving on men in the way you want to be loved, and you're wondering why you can't get it back because you keep trying to pour into emotionally unavailable men. Because you still got daddy issues. Because you think,
That's what you hear when women say it, but when men say it, I hear if I don't get my way, I'll kill you.
oh.
Honestly, if a man get to telling me, "Oh, cause I love hard," you
Yeah,
know,
so if I when I hear that from a yeah, when I hear that from a man, it is a red flag for me because at somewhere down the line in some relationship, you were overly giving to a woman who kept telling you no. It was signs there that told you to leave her alone, and you kept pouring, and now you mad talking about you love too hard. No, you didn't know you didn't have no boundaries, and you didn't know when to let go. You didn't know when to stop pouring. You done tricked off all your money. Now you mad.
so now
Now you love too hard.
everything I do gonna remind you of her, and now you gonna snap my neck. Like
Yeah,
no,
exactly. Because you never heal from the shit she put you through.
exactly.
You waking up in the middle of the night looking at her texting niggas. Now all of a sudden I'm texting niggas. Hold on now. Oh.
Real, no, hold on, cause let me get caught doing my own stuff. Why do I gotta pay for what she did?
Right? Like, hold on, no. No, they never no. They never, yeah. So yeah, when you hear that, I love to her. Oh, you a people pleaser. You seeking attention. You like validation. You lack boundaries. You don't know how to be selfish. You don't know nothing about self love, self work. That's what all that screams when you holler that I love too hard. You love to the point you just lose yourself.
You
Stop telling
just
people
lost.
that.
You just gone. You just
You
lost your
just
love.
go. You just go.
You just do.
Stop telling people that. You just go. La 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 la. Come back. Come back.
Okay.
We need you. Yeah. But it also comes from being fed delusion, like I said before. Where I came from a shelter restricted environment, we could move around in the neighborhood, but we couldn't really I couldn't really do too much, like movies and stuff. And that also was a part of poverty too. But I got fed a lot of rated G movies all the way to the time I was probably about 16. So imagine, yes, yes. So I was very, very, I had a lot of logic, but I was super green in a lot of life areas. That makes sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, yes. I was like sitting there watching Disney Ice Princess at like 14 and stuff like that. I was not having sex, didn't think about sex, but it was never there. It was never produced for me to even engage. I couldn't get on a computer and do stuff like that. I couldn't listen to rap music. I didn't know. My mama didn't listen to old school. I don't know nothing about Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, stuff like that. She would listen to gospel, and a couple like R&B artists from back in the day. But
You say gospel because you started to break up. You said she was listening to gospel.
yeah, she would listen to gospel, but it would be like commercial gossip, like gospel, like Kurt Franklin, Yolanda Adams. It wouldn't be like no, like deep Baptist. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Gospel. Mhm. So yeah, yeah. Did we go to church occasionally? Did we read the Bible? Never.
And see,
Um,
I'm a 14 years apart. So what she listened to, I listened to. What she watched, I
yeah.
watched. Because it's kind of like we growing up with each other. And I feel like I was so overly exposed to some stuff.
Okay.
I started to have a negative connotation like about sex. Like, no, because I heard every time somebody has sex, you get pregnant. I know I don't want to have no baby. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
because my mama got a slew of teenage friends that's pregnant, or my aunties are pregnant. So I'm looking at y'all like I'm not finna do that because we can't even play like that. So I feel like I was overexposed to it to the point where it made it like, yeah, no, I see this and I seen so many people drop the ball doing this that I'm
Okay.
that
See,
I'm
I
not.
didn't see that. Yeah, because they had us so much later on in life. Like my mama a baby boomer. She didn't have me till she was 28. So by the time she actually started raising me, she was well off into her 40s. That makes sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I had a whole different upbringing. I had old school parents, what they would call old school parents, and my dad was really old. Yeah. So I didn't see nobody pregnant because I come from a small family. I got three cousins. I had the most children in my family. I had five kids. I got the most kids in my family. My sister got four. My little sister got two. And my baby sister don't have none. My oldest sister got four, and my cousin got four, and my little cousin got one, and my male cousin he got four. But before that, nobody was having kids. We haven't had no deaths, thank God. And nobody has had no kid. I didn't see that. So and they fed us so much PG stuff and made sex seem like taboo. They didn't talk to us about that type of stuff. They just was like, boys will tell you anything to get in your pants, pretty much. And we used to just be like, so it didn't make me more curious, but it made some of my other family members a little bit more curious.
I mean, why not? Because I'd be like, what they gonna say?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't allowed to talk to boys until I turned 16, so that also isolated me a
Like
lot.
talk,
Yeah,
have
like
conversations.
talk, like talk. Yeah, like on the like conversations on like I couldn't have them on the phone. I couldn't go nowhere. Yes, so I wouldn't even allowed to interact with the opposite sex until pretty much the hormones hit. Like it was no preparation, no.
I gotta get outside and talk because something happening to my body. I gotta go see.
And it was just kind of, and honestly, it was really him who brought it up. He brought it up, and I just kind of was like, and then he kept bringing it up, and it just kind of like, and it was like in my mind because I'm a child. Remember, I have the mindset of an 8-year-old, technically, right?
How so?
So,
Why you
so,
saying the 8 year old? What made you say 8 year old?
so, because technically, I did. I had a mindset to me going back, yes, because I did it just to like, okay, maybe if I give him some, he'll stop talking about it. And that was the reason. It was like no love, no feelings, no, oh my God, he's my man, he's my dreaming armor. It was just like, he keep talking about this every time we talk. Let me just give him some, see what it's like.
Hmm.
That's
That's
something a kid would say, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. Very interesting. Yes.
That's very interesting.
And yes, it was kind of like, okay. And then it happened. It was kind of like,
Boys were never taboo. Like as long as I've been able to talk to girls, I've been able to talk to boys.
I don't know. And girls, it was always a limit with that too. Like, a lot of my phone conversations were monitored. I had like time limits. And it prevented me from making a lot of friends because I didn't want people knowing what was going on in my household. Like,
I don't
I
want
don't want, I'm in I'm in
y'all.
ninth grade and I got a timer going, kitchen timer going on in the background talking about you only got 15 minutes on the phone like I was in prison. I don't want my friend. Fuck it, I won't have no friends. So I used to just high school was kind of a blur. Like so I kind of just went in there and did my work. And when I popped up pregnant, people was look flabbergasted. Cause the girl who don't talk to nobody and this bitch with a belly, and this bitch with a belly, she don't talk to nobody. They was like, she pregnant, she pregnant, she pregnant. Oh, she pregnant, she pregnant. She don't even talk to the boys here. Who's she pregnant by? Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume that your boyfriend did not go to the school. Well, your baby
We were
daddy.
never boyfriend and girlfriend. We were never boyfriend and girlfriend.
Well, your
No, he didn't.
baby
He stayed in Romulus. No. Mm-mm. Yes, we were never boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
daddy.
I'm trying to tell you. We was
How did
never
you
no.
get to Romulus?
Okay, so we ended up meeting over the summertime. It was like Kamira was born 2005. So we met 2004 summertime. So we met 2004 summertime. I graduated '06. So we met 2004 summertime. And then within like now mind you, this is my first time ever talking to a boy, ever smelling a boy, ever like really being around a boy, any of that. So I'm like, I'm like, okay. So we exchange numbers, we get to talking. And a conversation lead to sex and it never left sex. I say probably with our first time, nope, we end up going to the movies, and then like the second time after that, we ended up having sex, and boom, pregnant.
Come on.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh man. See, but you the teenage pregnancy stories that I didn't heard about and seen my whole life, so I was not going. I was not
yeah. And
going.
see, I was not around none of that. I didn't see none of that. So I just was like, and then when it happened, I was so in denial. I was just like, okay, it's stress.
Really.
Like I know I'm not pregnant.
Not
Like
stress, not stress.
I swear, I was delusional. I keep telling you I was delusional. I've been delusional a long time since, okay?
Not
Okay?
stress.
I swear to God, I was telling myself all kind of shit, honey.
Not a
Okay?
teenager, that's
I
stress.
was
You
like, okay, so I'm a teenager. I start making up all kind of stuff in my head, okay? Because nowhere in the world am I pregnant off the one time. I know bitches been pregnant since they was 12. I had sex one time, God, one time. Dang.
my mama always told me the fast girls don't never get pregnant because they hop on and hop off.
Because they know what they doing, they experience. My little
They hop
inexperience.
on and hop off. They
Man,
be
I had no idea. No, man, no idea, man. That shit was crazy. I would just start convincing myself all kind of stuff like, oh, you late because of or you kind of stuff. And then I was like, all right, sooner or later she gonna find out. And then I just kept do 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 do
just waiting on her to notice.
like
Just
a
waiting on
kid.
her to notice. You just
Like a
waiting on
fucking
her to
like a
notice.
kid. So I had confided in a friend at the time. It's so crazy because at the time I finally found a boy in high school that I kind of like he kind of cute. We kind of kicking it, we kind of talking, right? So this is how raw I always been being. Okay, so I kicked it with the baby daddy in the summertime, right?
Mhm.
So we get to school. This got to be like August, September, no period. I start liking on the guy like September, October, right? So
Mhm.
we kicking, we talking. Introduce him to my mama. He done came to the house, rada rada rada. So as time go on, I'm like, oh shit, November come, no period, no bitch, you pregnant. That's how I'm talking to myself. Like, nope, it's over, you pregnant. So I tell him, I'm like, man, I know we just started talking or whatever. Rada rada rada, I'm pregnant. He like, oh, you got to tell your mama. And I just like, I'm not telling her. She gonna kill me. It's crazy. I could confide in him, but I couldn't confide in her. That's crazy, ain't it?
Did you end up telling
Yeah.
her that?
No, she ended up she asked me. We was doing something. I think me and my sisters was in our room doing so we had the little radio on, right? We had the little radio on. And I think we was hit rolling or something. But my belly at that time, because at that time I had a little six pack. So at that time it started going like that look. It had that little cone shape to it. So we in there with our shirts up, like with each other, like I think she was like 14, I was 16. We in there doing that, and she like, you bring, I'm like, no. All defensive, like, no. Because what was I supposed to say? That's exactly what came out of my mouth. So the next day she was like, so the next day she like, get up, get dressed. We got up, get dressed. I'm like, where's she taking me? We just got in the car. It was a little drive. It was quiet. Just felt like I was in a movie somewhere. Here go the delusion kicking in again, right? So I'm disassociating myself. We get out, we at Summit. She like, we walk to the little counter. She like, I want a pregnancy test for her. I'm looking like, fool. Cause I'm still here, I go, still playing roles. Cause who pregnant? Cause who having sex?
Now who having sex, knowing what you know.
Cause who pregnant? So we get there. As soon as I come out the bathroom, I just start bawling like, because I already knew it was gonna say pregnant. She put it on this little thing, it was like it was an old school pregnancy test. That's how old it was. They put these little droplets in there and it would like agitate it and it would tell you if you was pregnant or not. As soon as it turned gray, I was got the sob and told my she was like, come on, cause you playing games. Cause come on. Yeah. And then after that, she was like, so it's the little boy that you've been bringing around? I'm like, no. No. But it was his, though. No. And then she called his mama. They had a little talk. My mama and my people had to talk. Everybody was talking. Nobody was listening to us, though. We all like, no, this just not for us. We cool. We don't really know each other like that. They all just, his mama like, yeah, no, this ain't for them. And my mama like, oh, she made that bed. She gonna lie in it. And boop, here go Kamira.
Hmm.
Mm.
Life changing.
Life changing for sure.
I just couldn't imagine the first time I had sex changing my life. That would piss me off.
Man, it pissed me off so bad. Soon as I like came into like my confidence in my body, I finally had realized that I had like a little body and stuff. Boom, here come Kamira. Now black. I got these stretch marks. I got stretch marks in place. I'm just like, what is this? It took a while to, yeah, that's when I first started learning self-care and like self-love and stuff like that. So I started using creams and started exfoliating. I started learning how to wrap myself, learning that breastfeed shrink the stomach muscles. I started getting off into reading parenting books and all that kind of stuff. She kind of facilitated my growth, honestly.
For sure.
I don't know what I would be or who I would be without the two of them, without the two of my oldest kids. Yeah. Cause I don't know. Cause I didn't have like I had structure but no guidance. That makes sense what I'm saying?
And
Hmm.
the kids make you get it out the whatever type of way they gonna make you get
Yeah.
it.
They definitely will. They definitely will. Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah. If I could do it all over again, I definitely probably would do it the same, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Would I
Yeah.
choose them different fathers? I probably would choose them different fathers, but that mean I wouldn't have the same kids, so I probably wouldn't choose different fathers either.
Hmm.
Yeah. I would handle it differently though. I would. I would handle it differently. I would still have the same kids with the same men, but I would handle it way differently.
Would you be spending still $7,000 on Christmas?
Okay, so now and since I don't do that, I try to do like trips and stuff instead. So like,
Okay.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So if I could do it all over again, like financially all over again, oh man, I would probably still make some of the moves I made. It probably wouldn't be $7,000 Christmases because at that point I would have been afforded to hire help. I would have hired like nannies. I would have hired like people to help me do pickup, drop off, stuff like that. So I wouldn't have overcompensated in a lot of those areas.
So
Yeah.
much during holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we answer all our questions?
Yes, we did everything. Our last question was, what advice would you give someone new to blended families or raising kids? I just say keep y'all feelings out of it and y'all private parts, and y'all gonna be all right.
Feelings and private parts out.
Out
Like
feelings
the
and
main,
private
it
parts.
gotta be about the kids. Like let's create these memories. Let's make sure our kids enjoy the day.
Yep.
Anything else really don't matter for real.
No, not for real. No, no, no. Okay. We ain't had no questions or comments or nothing.
Wait, I
Okay.
see people saying stuff. I can't see the comments. I only see them when they pop up. I don't. I don't know if it's because it's your live. Well, I don't go live. I don't know how to see them.
No, I don't know, girl. I really be doing what I be doing myself sometimes. I only see a few. Kiera Allison said these questions are an eye opener to a lot. For real, for real. Yes, they are. Somebody said hello, everyone. Hey, Santa Claus coming straight to the ghetto, Adrian. Definitely was coming to the ghetto. I used to get cussed out so much, y'all, because I would have packages. I ain't talking about like one or two packages, okay? I would have like 6, 7, 8 packages coming like every couple days. They probably thought we sold dope, but it wasn't that. We just had a lot of financial freedom. A lot of financial freedom. And I was a heavy consumer, and I consumed like that because it made me feel good. I was a very impulsive shopper. Whatever I want, I was getting it. Okay. Whatever I want, I was getting it. And it wasn't no debt.
That's a good
So
feeling.
yeah, it is. It is very addictive. Very, very, and I'm not a I'm not a real high-end shopper. I don't wear a bunch of Louis Gucci Prada stuff like that. So a lot of people be like, what you mean? But be able to do that with 5 children, a different feeling. And ain't nobody missing out on nothing. Definitely a different. So if I wanted to go on Zales and use my Zales credit card and spend 5,000 that day, that's might have been what I did. Would have been paid off in it by the end of the month, probably.
Shite.
Yeah. So
See,
different little stuff like that. So
some different ways.
so
I'm never saying nothing in full. If you got an after pay option, I'm paying it on. I'm not.
yeah, like stuff like that. And I tell people that all the time. That's I mean, honestly, if you look at our consumptuous state, even if you have a mortgage, it's still a bill. You don't own a house. See, the house I had, the first one we had, we owned outright. It was no mortgage, so it was no rent, it was no overhead. With a mortgage, it's still like you paying on the loan. It's a loan that you're paying for. Same way with a car. Same way if you finance whatever you decide to finance, whether it's trip, you can finance so much stuff. Whatever, but you have to be smart about it, logical about it. And with me, I was just consuming crazily, like
But
crazily.
actually, you can do that because you said you was just consuming with no debt. Now, if you
But
consume,
no, yes, it was no debt. I just was consuming. But again, I didn't have no guidance. Had I had some guidance, I would have been using a lot of that credit and a lot of those finances and a lot of that to facilitate in other areas instead of just accumulating goods. Because that's all I was accumulating. Like literally, I was donating probably like, oh my God, because I buy clothes every season. I have 5 kids, so I was donating at sometimes 6, 7 hefty bags full of stuff, shoes, like my oldest son, he autistic, so anytime we do pictures and stuff like that, he get the Yeezys just like everybody else, but he only wear them that time, and I end up just donating them. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
it's a blessing.
It is, but I didn't trimmed it down a lot, y'all. I didn't trimmed it down a lot,
Yeah, I'll make
a
sure
whole lot.
this year on Christmas I'm gonna be checking in. Like, what's the receipt?
Yes,
What the
no,
receipts looking?
no. As they get older, no. As they get older, the gift giving get less, but it be like more expensive or more something they want. Like Kamira Christmas, her 18th Christmas, she got a car. But she still ended up with a Santa sack. The Santa sack had shoes in it, but that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, because it's like you ain't about to get everything and then a car.
Yeah, you just got a car. Yeah, exactly. Like Kamora, she don't have a driver's license yet, so I'll probably wait till her second year of college, and she'll probably get a car for that, like that Christmas or her birthday, because her birthday in February. So it's like, yeah, that'd be like Happy Birthday, Merry Christmas type thing.
My Aquarian.
Yeah,
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 she's
yeah.
gonna enjoy that.
Yeah, she will. They usually do. They pretty the oldest one give me a run for my money, but everybody else pretty good. Everybody else pretty good. Okay, y'all, but thank y'all for tuning in to the Uncomfortable but Necessary Conversations with me and Ray. See y'all next time. Bye.
I'll end it. Okay.
Okay.